Okay. Oh, like that. Let's just keep that going. That's saucy right there. So,
saucy. You're gonna fix that. It's like a pause. And it's like, nope, I'm not done yet.
I'm not done. I'm gonna keep going. So tell me, we want to focus today on ABQ Podcast with Goodhart's Law. And Goodhart is in like, I have a good heart.
Yeah, I have a good heart.
Is that what we're talking
like
about?
H-A-R-T.
Yeah, H-A-R-T.
Goodhart's Law. So when a measure becomes a goal, it ceases to be a good measure. What is the example?
When a measure becomes a target.
Yeah.
It ceases to become a good measure. Yeah. So let's think about something like that.
I have an example. This is great. And you've heard of this. This is a famous example.
Go ahead.
It's called the Cobra effect.
Oh, this sounds fun.
So in India, under British rule, the colonial government was concerned about the number of venomous cobras in Delhi. So the government thought, okay, this is British rule. You got to think about this. So they're building plantations. They're building these big British things in India. Because, you have to go in. You can't adopt the culture that you're in. You have to make it.
You got to make it yours.
You got to make it British.
Yeah, correct.
It's only good if it's British.
Imperialism.
Yeah. The government thought it was a good idea to recruit the local populace to reduce the number of snakes. So they're going to decentralize. This would be great. And started offering a bounty for every dead cobra brought to its door. Oh, this sounds like a great idea, doesn't it? So I'm gonna get everybody involved. We're not just gonna hire all these British snake handlers.
Yeah.
We're gonna get the whole population involved. So we're gonna decentralize this. This is a really good leadership principle here for you guys to understand. And we're gonna have everybody. We're gonna pay money and have everybody bring a dead cobra to us. Initially, this was a successful strategy. People came in with large numbers of these slaughtered cobras, right?
Okay.
And you've seen the cobras. They can stand, 6 feet tall?
They're huge. I've seen cobras in person. They're weird.
Yeah, they're weird, and they can stand
animals.
really tall, and they're freaky, and they're venomous. So all of a sudden, mass amounts of cobras. This is successful. Look at what's happening. But as time passed, and we all know what time can do, enterprising individuals, creativity begins to happen,
breeding them.
Begins to breed cobras with the intention of killing later for the extra income.
Correct.
So it's like, I'm just going to go find these. I can breed these in cages.
And I'll just bring it to the government.
So when the British government discovered this, they scrapped the bounty. And so what did the cobra breeders do? They released them all into the wild. And so Delhi experienced a boom in hooded snakes.
It's a cobra boom.
Yeah. So the Ross cobra problem was hence no better than when it began. And so basically, if we look at this law, it's beware of what you optimize for.
Yeah, so the thing is, you say when a measure becomes a target, it ceases to be a good measure. Okay, you're measuring things. You can't have the measurement then become the definition of what it is. Mm-hmm. Because then you can start to change that line.
Yes.
And then it ceases to really be what it actually is. I know that sounds a little nebulous,
it's also like using the cobra example. It's also, you become so narrow-minded and you're focusing on, look at how many cobras they're bringing. Instead of looking at it, as a good leader, you're going to look at it and say, how are they getting these cobras? Where are they getting them from? What's the area? Maybe they should have documented it down, on back then paper or something to say, okay, where'd you get these from? How'd you get? Oh, this guy's brought in 40 cobras. Is he just really out there finding 40 cobras? There needs to be an understanding of the problem to the point when you create a solution that you don't continue to optimize for the solution to the point of where you're optimizing for the wrong thing.
Okay, so then let's give another example of this. Communism had the idea that we want statistical regularity to our society and our government. So we're going to do everything we can to hit this statistical measure.
Yes.
And what happened? Collapsed.
Yeah.
People are eating themselves. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It fails.
Well,
what happens is you take statistics and you try and apply it to the value of life. But statistics aren't there to define what life is.
No.
They're only there to just measure what life is.
Yes.
But not tell you what life. You see the difference?
I talked to 4 high schoolers the other day.
Yeah.
And we were sitting around a table and I was talking to them and I was like, how many of you honestly, I was like, let's be totally honest with each other because we were having an honest conversation. It was really cool. I said, how many of you honestly cheat?
Oh, this is interesting.
And all of them, I said, raise your hand if you cheat. I was like, let's raise our hand. This is cool. All 4 of them raised their hand.
Unbelievable.
And I said, why? Because all it's concerned about is that they hand in their homework. It's become all about homework. You have to do hours of homework even after you're at school, which is dumb.
That's the measure.
So the only thing they're concerned about is that you bring the homework and the homework's done right. They don't care that you go on Google and look up all the answers and do no study. It's not about studying.
It's not about
It's not about understanding.
No.
It's not about having knowledge and wisdom. It's about getting the answers right.
It's about the rating.
It's this Cobra snake thing.
It was the same thing happened with our financial system.
Oh, here we go.
Let's put good credit ratings on shit. Okay, it's all got good credit ratings. Well, how did it get there? No one has any clue. Boom, collapses on itself.
Well, and also if you have a sales team, this is really important. And I see this all the time. It's like, like we're talking about this with Tardo, with our company. It's like, we want a revenue, but it's like how you get there is just as important. We can incentivize 225 countries, all these salespeople. They can be super nefarious. There's laws, in each country. But if all we want is revenue and we're like, we don't care how you get there, just bring us revenue.
Yeah.
Just bring us data buyers. That can get really tricky really quick.
Absolutely.
Because now we got people bringing in dead snakes that they're breeding. You know what I mean? Because they're going to find a way. People are going to find a way to optimize around it.
Well, we've seen it before. We started a referral system.
Yes, there we go.
And then, the referral system was to help bring people onto the platform and create the marketplace. But then people try and game that.
Yes.
They say, the statistical measure is if I invite this many people, I get a reward. It's fucking Goodhart's law right there. You know what I mean? And we're like, whoa, wait. And we had to shut that down before it got out of control.
Right, yeah, people were like creating programs and stuff like that to be able to like just sign up a whole bunch.
Path of least resistance for them.
Yes.
It's all about the process of understanding how you got where you're going, but not allowing a statistic to define where you need to be.
And that's a problem that we see in business. And
it's a problem with everything we do.
Yeah,
you see it in higher education. You see it in business. You see it even in families. Marriage rates.
Yeah.
People have a statistic. If I pass this many years, it's going to be successful. You're defining everything on some statistical measure.
Yes.
Carl Jung's rolling over in his grave like, this is horrible.
Well, it also, look, here's another one is look at weight loss. People do super unhealthy things to their body to get to a certain weight.
That's what they do.
So they can go on a vacation, look good with their shirt off, or look good in a bikini to drink the whole time.
That's exactly right. That's all.
So they starve themselves.
They starve themselves to poison themselves. That's brilliant.
What are we optimizing for here?
There's no optimization. It's optimization for death. It's optimization for failure. When you apply that target and have that thing be the measure, you have it say, this is our goal, it's this target. I've seen it fail in factories. It fails with families. It fails with governments. It fails with financial systems. We need to wake up and pay attention. It's the process of where we're going.
Yes. And I want to encourage people, because this is going to be kind of a short episode because we have to go to a meeting. But one thing I want to talk about real quick, because I had mentioned I did a little short podcast.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I told everybody that you'd left the building, but you'd actually left the state and went to Sedona.
Oh, yeah.
What is one thing that you were super excited about Sedona?
Sedona?
That you liked?
I loved the change in the sandstone colors. I love the fact that grass was growing on sandstone in the middle of the high desert, and I went from deep iron-rich red up to this beautiful beige. That was the best thing for me.
So to create neutrality, what did you not like about Sedona?
It's the false sense of people like being spiritual and all this other stuff. I think they're going there for the image rather than there to experience the domain of what it is. They were almost taking from that area and appropriating it towards their business rather than saying, I'm here because I want to be a part of it, not make it mine.
Yeah, how many channelers and yoga teachers there?
More than I could even count.
Every coffee shop.
Everything about it.
Well, cool. Well, we want to thank you guys, abqpodcast.com. You can also get more information on Alexander and myself is on there.
Yep.
And if you have any questions, concerns, you want us to talk about something here locally in New Mexico, Albuquerque, we'd love to do that.
Cool deal. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us on the Albuquerque Business Podcast. And thanks to our sponsor, RigbyDigital.com. Make sure to subscribe and share. And go to ABQPodcast.com. Get show notes, resources, and links to everything we talked about today to help you navigate your journey as an entrepreneur and business owner.